We live in the time of the great harvest, division of humanity and the departure of undeveloped souls, they claim. For the most part, spiritually developed people have their curators from the highest ones with whom they communicate, listen to their instructions and advice, and receive information about the future. Even a few years before today's events, the curators warned the seers that a great harvest was being prepared, and now we're all witnessing of this great harvest. More and more people are leaving us from all kinds of unfavorable factors, and apparently this death will expand more and more because the civilizations that have captured the earth need the energy of human souls, they said, which is then recycled. This is not the currency in our the currency in our galaxy, they claim. Now this energy is a burning radiation of special power, subtle radiation of energy, plasma, which is actively released during the moral and physical suffering of living beings with fear, shock, hatred, anger, hysteria, anger, resentment, depression, that is anything negative emotions. But the strongest human release of human soul energy occurs during conflict and death, and that's why the dark forces, which need this very plasma, are vitally interested in all this. The dark ones cannot exist without suffering of living beings. The great harvest is now being brought not by humans, but by civilizations of a higher level of developments, they say. They fought many wars on Earth, and in principle, they achieved their goal by changing the culture of mankind, replaced knowledge with illusions, and now they continue to successfully implement their program. And we were transferred to the category of unreasonable. Ordinary people are trying to resist this process, but unfortunately, people are mired in illusions and do not perceive reality as it really is. At the moment, humans have been transferred to the rank of unreasonable, and since we are unintelligent, everything that is done with experimental subjects or with animals that people breed for food can be done with us. Galactic languages. For many centuries, people have lost a lot, including their unique abilities. One of them was telepathy, that is, the ability to communicate mentally, even at a distance. The culture of this communication has long been forgotten but needs to be revived. There are 4 languages in use in the galaxy. One of them is the transmission and reception of odors. We used to own it as well. Humans have a nasal organ that lines the bottom of the nose, and a person can transmit whatever scent they want. Some concepts are associated with each smell, its language, and we can speak it. In addition, there is also the language of movements. There are also mixed languages similar to those used by bees and ants. By movement and smells, they convey information to their relatives. The rarest language is the language of emotions. This is the language of evolution because any emotion creates transformations in the body. Everything depends on the strength of the emotion. People used to know all these languages, now they are long forgotten. But in order to communicate with the galaxy, our abilities need to be revived. Our task is to return to the status of reasonable, or at least raise it to the conditionally reasonable, and for this we need to learn to speak galactic languages again. We are promised help. The invading civilizations plan to leave no more than 1 billion people on Earth and let the rest go for soul energy, but at such a rate of destruction of humanity, they will not achieve this soon, despite the creation of new strains and the unleashing of new conflicts. Humans are not idle, they resist the great harvest, and those who really want to live can sometimes be quite difficult to destroy. And message from what we can take. If we can make contact with higher civilizations, as promised, then in principle, everything will change. Those who now represent the backstage and feed on the handouts of the invaders and understand this, and they are in no hurry to contact. But even among the higher ones, there are those who treat us kindly. They promised help, and if this happens, then everything will change dramatically. This is obviously out there. This is from Soul Ask. Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box